Hi all, welcome back to Bearer Knowledge Center. And in this today's session, we'll talk about how we are going to create a sample web API in .NET Framework 6.0 from the command line prompt. So that means usually we used to open Visual Studio and then we are creating a new project for web API, right? So other than that regular process, how we are going to create a similar API application project from the command line prompt using command line called a dotnet. That is what the beauty of dotnet 6.0 framework. So let's get into the reality, like how we are going to create that same sample project using dotnet command line, and then how you are going to build that same thing and how we are going to run same thing and how we are going to browse it. So without of having Visual Studio IDE, like this integrated development environment where everyone is, all developers used to go and create the application there and run the application from Visual Studio IDE. But I just wanted to do similar actions, similar steps, similar process from the command line prompt now. So I'll just go back to the reality here. I'm just going to my command prompt here. So where I have please make sure that you must install .NET SDK 6.0. That must be a prerequisite here to work with .NET 6.0. So I have installed .NET 6.0 SDK in my system, hence I can see my command here. That way it is showing all the options and SDK commands and additional information about commands from the bundle tools, etc. Okay. Now, so and also I suggest to install Visual Studio Code, VS Code text editor, because apart from the regular Visual Studio IDE, if you can install VS Code text editor, that is very beauty tool for working with different languages these days. So for this session and for this demonstration, these two are mandatory. One is .NET SDK 6.0 that has to be installed in your system. And second thing is Visual Studio Coder as a text editor should be installed. Okay. Now I'll quickly go to my command prompt here. So if you wanted to create an API or any application using .NET command here, I'll just say .NET new and web API because I wanted to create web API here. And I say minus hyphen n, that's new, and I'll say my sample API here. So when I give this command and hit enter, it is going to start hitting to a template ASP.NET Core API was created successfully, and my folder also created. Just go and check it here, cd sample API. This is what we have created right now. This is having app settings, development JSON, app settings JSON, pin shoulder, and OBJ folder, program CS, properties, sample, API, CS project file, weather forecast, CS, etc. So by default, .NET Framework is creating a weather forecast controller as part of a demonstration or a kind of template. They are providing it for developer to follow standards to create endpoints and the HTTP webs, URI routing specifications. All these things can be specified and given in the test application here. Similar way it has given here also. Now I'll open my Visual Studio Coder here and I'll open my folder. Right now I have a folder here, sample API. I'll select this folder and open this. When I open this, so it is opening all the files here. You can see here like the program.css coming up with different kind of options here. That is, if it is a development environment you are deploying it, you must have it as Swagger UI for testing and documentation purpose. And go back to your controller. This is what the default controller, it is being added by .NET. That is the weather forecasting with the root URI here, and the method name was simply a get method here. Like if you browse this weather forecast with the weather forecast controller name, It is going to give you the details of your weather forecast with the date and temperature summary of 5 days. And you can see those attributes here, what are all the attributes are coming up with the report. Now, so I'll open my terminal here, and so my application was created. I'm happy with that. And now from here itself, I think you can run your application and see like how it is working. So now I created, and I'm able to see the application here in the Visual Studio Coder, and you can see these things are happening created here. And now you just run this. First of all, you need to build this, because whether it is properly having syntaxes or not. .NET slash build. When you say .NET command with build, again it is going to explore your project to restore, and it will check for the references, and then it will build your DLL sample API.dll. So it was by default creating a debug folder, and in that .NET 6.0 folder was created automatically, and in this folder it is creating sample API.dll. So I think you go on refresh here, and you see all the information was created here and kept in the .NET 6.0 folder. Now, again, you run this application using .NET, this .NET run. When you say .NET run command, it is going to start running your API, and it will tell you the address here, the base address here, and this is for HTTPS, and this is for HTTP. Just copy this and go to your Chrome browser or whatever it is, and try to say weather forecast. This is what the controller, and just hit this. Then it is coming here, right? And whatever way you wanted to view here, you can view here. This is what the weather forecast endpoint is giving a response back to client. So what we did here so far was we have created sample API using .NET, command here like .NET, and I said in .NET new web API -n and sample API, and then I opened in Visual Studio Coder, and here I opened it, and I can see all the files here added by default, and then I build this project using .NET, and then I run this project again using a .NET command here. So once you browse and see all your endpoints, if you just press Ctrl+C, then it will stop working here. Now you go and see here the same endpoint browsing here. It won't now give a response back. It will tell you a 500 or a 404 here, because that URL is not running anymore, right? And again, if you want to go back and run again .NET run, then it will start running your application, and then you browse it, so you will get again response back. So this all about creating from the command prompt using .NET command, and build your project and run your project with a simple .NET command. So in the next sessions, we'll see like how we are going to include our new controller here, and also how we are going to build new controller endpoints and see like how it is working from Visual Studio Code. Thanks for listening to this video. Thank you. Please subscribe this channel for more videos. Thank you.